Then next is, yes, Mac Jones. Now,
Boom.
I don't want to say that Mac Jones is a bad quarterback by any means, because he is a good quarterback. There's some things there's some red flags that kind of go up for me around him now that I've kind of examined him a little bit more.
Is it that his middle name is McCorkle?
I mean, yeah, that doesn't help. But I mean, you can see his measurables, 6'2 and a half to 17. His hands, 9 inches, so solid. He ran a 4.7 pass, which isn't too bad for a quarterback that really isn't mobile. But I think that's part of the problem, is I think that he's not very mobile. So he's kind of that Tom Brady mold where he's able to move around enough in the pocket to make something happen, but you're not expecting him to really get outside the pocket and, do something with the ball all the time. Like, he might have flashes of that, but you're not expecting him to do that much most of the time, if not all the time. So that's one thing I will say. His arm strength is definitely not elite. You're not looking at him to throw a 60-yard bomb down the field. That's not going to surprise you. It's not going to blow you away. He does have some touch, though, and he does throw a very catchable ball. So what I mean by a catchable ball, which I'll talk about again with, a little bit of a teaser, Trevor Lawrence, obviously, is a catchable ball is a ball that is just is receiver friendly. So the ball is kind of either lobbed in, and so it's right there, or they're able to just, it's a ball where it's like put in a great spot for a receiver to make a catch. It's not thrown a little bit behind them. It's not thrown a little bit in front of them. It's not thrown at them too hard where they have to really, pay attention. It's not over their head. It's not lower at their knees. It's pretty much generally in the chest area, and it's a very good catchable ball. Now, his only things is that when I did watch him throw some deep balls, even in his pro day where he was, on not being rushed by anybody or anything like that, his deep throws were a little spotty as far as his accuracy. He didn't have as much accuracy as I would have liked to see out of a quarterback being talked about probably going 3 overall to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say about Mac Jones, though, is he's accurate within, a 20-yard zone. He's able to make very accurate throws and very timely throws. And then the other thing that Mac Jones does very well, as far as a little bit better probably than most of the prospects on this list, and even some of the ones that are rated higher than him, is he does read defenses very well. And his preparation is he excels at preparation over what a lot of the other quarterbacks are. So with him, you're definitely getting a quarterback who's ready to step in day one and be your starter. My only issue is that I don't think his ceiling is as high as the people ahead of him. And I don't even think his ceiling is as high as potentially a Justin Fields. I just think that his floor is so high that it's going to be hard for him to fail in the NFL because of his preparation, because of his accuracy within 20 yards, because of his ability to learn and develop and his work ethic. He's just not going to go away, essentially. Like, he'll be a good starter in the NFL. I just don't think that he'll end up putting a team over the edge. Like, I don't think he's going to ever be a top 7 quarterback in the league, top 8 quarterback in the league. He might have the best year of his career and be, top 8 or 7 in the league as far as compared to everybody else. But I think generally he's probably going to be in that middle tier of like ranked 10 to 20 as far as quarterbacks go, which is a good spot to be in. I mean, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that are in that zone, and getting a quarterback in that zone that can also read defenses and win games for you is difficult. It's just, I don't think he has the other things as far as athleticism, fluidity in the pocket, his arm strength, his accuracy deep. Those are the things that don't make him elite, essentially.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. I liked his film when we went through it. I guess it was a highlight tape. I don't know. You got me kind of sold up on him and all the hype circles, but I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I do think that if he fell in the draft and was available for the Bears to trade up for, I would do it, just because I think he'll step in and be good. And I think that, again, with his preparation and everything like that, you'll have a quarterback every week that consistently puts you in a position to win games. It's just, I don't think that he is good enough to be a top 5, top 10 quarterback in this league. But I do think that he's never going to be a backup, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So